10 o'clock.
Boom, right on time.
We got a bunch of people in the waiting room. We're going to let them all in. Here we go. Amid all, here they come. Look at all these fabulous human beings popping in.
I love it.
Boker Tov, Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, Jody's in the sanctuary.
Oh, Jody's in this. Esther's outside. Hey, Merle. There's Merle. Good to see Merle. Who else we got here? Oh, Donna.
Hello. It's great to see you guys too.
Oh, my
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ashley, Gail, Eli. Donna's connecting to audio. Do you know what my daughter was saying is what I think some of the kids are doing on their Zoom so they could just kind of step away for a while is they changed their name to connecting to audio or connecting to video. Donna's connecting to audio. Do you know what my daughter was saying is what's that? Do you hear that I'm what I think some of the kids are doing on their Zoom so they could just step away for a while is they changed their name to
somebody unmuted has a delay.
Connecting to video. They're like maybe watch it on Facebook. So I'm hearing myself again.
So you're hearing yourself. Oh, it's like when you leave a voicemail. It's just like the worst thing ever. You're like, why do I sound like that?
That's
but not you. You have the best voice ever.
I sound.
You have the best voice ever.
If you think,
I love your voice.
Why do I sound like that? What hope is there for the rest of us?
Oh, well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for being here with us this morning. This is fantastic. Jody, how'd you get into the upper decks over there at the sanctuary?
I got connections.
You got connections. Okay. I don't know, but I think I'd rather be where Esther is. Look at that. Before it gets too hot, you're outside, huh? Merle, how hot is it in Scottsdale right now?
It's supposed to be 100 in the next day or so.
That's fantastic.
It's ended my bike riding and my walking outside.
Yeah, don't do that. It's too hot.
But the pool will be warm soon.
Oh, Jody, did you turn on your pool? Mazel tov. Fantastic. Well, we could kibitz here all day. We could just kibitz here all day. This is fabulous. But why don't we get started? Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How wonderful it is that we get to be here together.
Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov u'manayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov, ya la 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 la. Ine matov, ya la 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 la. Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Ine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. I gotta say, it's so nice to see all of your faces singing along. Normally, I'm just used to staring at myself or another rabbi, but this is just so beautiful to see us all together.
Wait, what? Can we all get a Vlad over at our house with the massage during the Hine Matov? What is happening over there? That was also a little cuckoo. I don't know if everybody saw when Jody, when you had your background, all we saw was Vlad's head, just kind of. It's like his body was gone. It was just his head. It's a floating Vlad head. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's how I experience him most of the time.
That's how you experience him most of the time. Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, that right there is definitely a blessing and miracle of the everyday, to say, wow, thank you, God, for the hands of Vlad, right? So we're gonna, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna jump right into the miracles and the blessings of the everyday. You know, we're gonna do a few on page, if you have a book, page 177, but if you don't, that's okay, because we're gonna be doing it a little differently this morning. At our first service that we did live like this, Rabbi Leader talked about the blessings and the miracles of the everyday. And I think they really hit home right now, being like, wow, I didn't really think about that, right? The things that we take for granted every day, like just being able to go for a walk with our family and hold hands. I mean, I'm looking out my window right now, and there are people going for walks and exercising and trying to be, get a little bit of the outdoors, fresh outdoors before it starts getting hot, or just being able to go visit a friend, or being able to go for sushi, right? Just these little, I know, Jody, right? Just going for sushi, or just being able to be with friends outside, or any of those kind of things. So here's what I'm going to ask us to do. While we are chanting the first couple, I want you to think about what is something that you are thankful for, right? These little, maybe even something that you miss, or something that you are able to enjoy now, that you're like, you know what, these are the little miracles and blessings of the everyday. And then we're going to have an opportunity to share them, but in a very kind of prayerful way, which you'll see what I mean in a minute, right? So everybody just kind of think a little bit, think of something that's kind of special and meaningful and important to you. It's okay, Jody, don't cry. I know it's your allergies. It's all right. So Lisa, maybe you can lead us off with a couple on page 177. And then we're going to open it up to everybody in just a little bit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir sheina menai, utnuma me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat chorim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Amen. All right, check it out. Here's what we're going to do. Cantor Lisa, Cantor Peicott, Lisa Peicott. You know, I'm just trying to go through all the different titles. She's going to offer the beginning of the prayer, and then oh, hi Donna, there you go. And then we're going to have an opportunity to share something, and it's going to go a little something like this, right? So do the intro for us, please, Lisa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
who gives us our families. Amen. So Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the universe. And we added to that in English, who gives us, or who provides for us, or who enables, and then our special blessing. And you don't have to sing it if you don't want to. You could just say who, and then so and so, right? Because I know some of you may not want to do this. So I want you to think about that. We're gonna do the intro again. I'm gonna offer another one, and then if you have one, if you're on screen, I'm gonna invite you to raise your hand, and you can either unmute yourself, or I will actually unmute you. And then we'll go around and we'll see. For those of you who are not on screen, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna let you unmute yourself and offer it up and see what happens, right? We'll just see what happens. Unless you know how to raise your hand virtually, which is an option. But let's try it. Let's see what happens. I'll go first, and then we're going to open it up. Let's go ahead, Lisa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Who gives us fresh, beautiful air to breathe.
Amen.
Hit it again. Get ready.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Who's got one? You want to either physically raise your hand or just unmute yourself and offer it. Go, Merle.
It gives us our family that we can even see, at least we can see them from a distance.
Amen.
Amen.
Go, Lisa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Who's got one? Go, Jody.
Who gives us this beautiful community.
Amen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Who's got one? Who's got one? Who's got one? Go, Donna. Unmute yourself. I unmute you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Who gives us our tongues to speak? I love that. That was beautiful. Give us one, Donna. We can't hear you. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. But you're unmuted on my screen. You figure it out. Next one, Lisa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Who has one for us? Who has one for us? Any of our non-screened people?
I got one.
Go ahead.
Who enables us to gather in this virtual community.
Amen. I know, this is amazing. This is really cool and special. We're going to talk about this a little bit later because I had some very cool experiences this week. Left over from Seder, but then also talking to some students. And I'm going to share some of these ideas that have to do with the Torah portion and the blessing. But let's go. One more. We'll do it up.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Who's got one? Who's going to bring us home?
Who gives us our wonderful clergy.
Oh, thank you, Jody.
Thank you.
Amen to that. Beautiful. All right. So why don't we continue now with a little Psalm 150, praising God and thanking God for the opportunity to sing out a new song today in every possible way. Here we go.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, El Peicott. Hallelujah, Pirkei Ozo.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, betzitz leishama. Hallelujah, betzitz leishua. Kol hashama
I'm feeling pretty warmed up. How about you, Lisa?
I'm feeling great.
She's feeling great. I love that. Fantastic. I'm feeling actually really good. I got up early this morning, and
How was
I am definitely ready to go. I did a live Peloton class this morning, and I actually had a couple of people from the Peloton, from the Wilshire Peloton group join me this morning, which was awesome.
That's
It
great.
was a lot of fun. So that's like, you know, all of everything we just did is kind of like that Peloton in the morning, getting us ready for the rest of our day. And now, to let everybody know that we're ready for the rest of our day, we're going to continue with the Baruch Hu, our call to prayer. We're going to continue with a little Shema and V'ahavta. Here we go. If you have a book, if you have it, we're on page 200. But if not, don't worry about it.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. We're going to join together in the words of the Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem emet. Beautiful. Let's jump right into a little Micha Mocha.
Lord, בעזרת ישראל, ופדי קדמך יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני, קהל ישראל.
Amen. Okay. Here's a question. I'm about to offer you a very special present. I'm going to offer each of you a very special present. It's different for some people and the same for others. What is he talking about? I'll tell you, don't worry. All right, so here's the question first. How many of us here are sheltering in place with other people in our homes or apartments? How many of us have other people? Okay. How many of us, and perhaps, you'll just answer this question for yourself if I'm not able to actually see your beautiful faces, are sheltering in place alone in your apartment or home okay. For those of us who are sheltering in place with other people in our home, that's me. It's been interesting trying to find our little spaces where, other people aren't, or that you're feeling like you're interfering in somebody's space. Like, Isabel, my daughter, was in this space this morning, and she's like, all right, what are you doing? What? I was like, I'm sorry, honey, because, services coming up. This is where I'm working. She's like, It's all right. She went to her room and she's hanging out over there. So it's one of these things, trying to find a little bit of privacy, right? Just trying to find some space for yourself. For those of us who may be sheltering in place alone in our apartments, it's like, man, I've been in this place. I need to get into another place. I need to see something else for a while. Well, I'm about to offer you that opportunity for some of us to find a little privacy, and for others of us to find a different space. And that is called the Amidah. Boo, Rabbi Eshel, that's not funny. No, believe me, check it out. So what is the Amidah? This is the central prayer of our prayer service. And what's interesting is we do this, when we do this together, you hear everybody praying out loud. But this part is supposed to be our opportunity to leave the space that we're in, right? The corporeal space, and enter into a spiritual domain, a spiritual place that is just between you and God, between God and you. I don't know if any of you have seen this before. When people do the Amidah, they take 3 steps back and then they take 3 steps forward. Have you seen that before? Yeah. So does anybody know what that is, what that represents? Anybody have an idea? Go ahead, Jody, go.
I think it's one of those, like, preparing to meet a king, like you step back from and then step into the space.
Yeah, good. So the 3 steps back, it's like we are leaving where we are, right? We're leaving this space. And then the 3 steps, Donna gave you claps, that's beautiful. And then the 3 steps forward is us entering into our own little private realm between us and God, right? And it's a completely different space. It doesn't look like where we are right now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to enter into that private space, that private opportunity for the prayers, meditations, and thoughts of your heart between you and God. So if you have a prayer book, we are on page 205. Otherwise, you can just listen and, we'll pray together. Here we go. Lisa?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל.
So now I'm going to offer you some time to yourself for the prayers, meditations, and thoughts of your heart as Cantor Peicott plays a little bit underneath for us to just kind of get into that space of our own meditations.
At the end of our personal prayers, we always offer a prayer to others, a prayer of peace. The words of Sim Shalom. We ask God to put peace right here on earth. Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha. Sim Shalom, Tova Uvracha. Chen v'chesed, chen v'chesed v'rachamim, v'rachamim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amecha. Sim Shalom. שים שלום, טובה וברכה.
Amen. Just looking out my window and see family with a bunch of little children. They're all walking or on their bikes, but they're all also with their face masks and, trying to live their lives. And all of us just hoping for a time of peace for us, for all Israel and really all humanity. And let us all say amen.
Amen.
Let's continue now with our Torah service. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your cities to hear, to learn, to revere Adonai your God, to observe faithfully the words of Torah, and let their children who do not yet know it hear that they too may learn to revere Adonai your God.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך. מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו ושלום. אב הרחמים היטיבה ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך ערם ונישא, אדון עולמים. כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, לעמו ישראל בקדושתו. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. אחד אלוהינו, גדול אדוננו, קדוש שמו. גדלו לאדוני איתי, ונרוממה שמו יחדיו. לך אדוני הגדולה והגיבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ. לך אדוני הממלכה והמתנשא לכל ראש.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy talking when I'm muted. Whoops. I fall just in that generation, I think. Right? Yeah, that's definitely me. That's definitely me. So we're going to have a really interesting opportunity to discuss some interesting little tidbits that maybe upon first reading we wouldn't necessarily think of. But we're going to pick out a few little sections. This week we have, it's a double portion. It is, let me just say, it's been my experience, and Cantor, Peicott, you can tell me if this has been your experience as well. Whenever a kid gets this Torah portion for their bar mitzvah, at first reading, they're like, oh man, what? Tazria Matzora is all about the skin diseases, rashes, and growthy things that I won't get into detail. I was talking about it earlier with my family, and they're like, really? We're eating breakfast. Really? So I'm not going to share with you the things that I said with them. I learned my lesson, sort of. But there's so much meaning behind it, right? There's so much meaning that we can look at underneath the surface. And oftentimes when we speak with B'nai Mitzvah students, they go in one direction. But I think this year, there are a couple of very interesting things in the text themselves that I think have a lot to say about us right now and us hopefully in the near future. Like, what is he talking about? You'll see what I mean in a minute. So Lisa is going to be chanting from, since it's a double portion, Tazria Matzorah, I'm actually going to be focusing on the beginning of Matzorah, which is the second of the double portion. And we're going to do a couple of lines of Torah. We're going to discuss a few things, and then we'll do a little bit more of Torah, and then we'll discuss a few things as well. So I am going to hold up, wait a minute. I'm going to share my screen with you. Donk. All right. What we have here is the first couple of lines that Cantor Peicott is going to chant.
First, we'll start with the blessing. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. I trust you're all doing it at home.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim. V'natan lanu et torato. Baruch ata Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, zo tihye Torah hametzorah, beyom tahorato, vehuva el hakohen, veyatza hakohen el michutz lamachane, vera'ah hakohen, vehine nirpa nega hatzara min hatzarua.
Beautiful. Woo, woo. Why don't we wait to do the blessing after we talk about it a little? What do you think?
Sounds great.
All right, fabulous. All right, so here it is. Adonai spoke to Moses saying, "This shall be the ritual for a leper at the time that he is to be cleansed. When it has been reported to the priest shall go outside the camp. If the priest sees that the leper has been healed of his scaly affection," and then it goes on to say, then do X, Y, and Z, do this, 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 and this, get a couple doves, do this with the doves, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what I want to talk about. Check this out. This is interesting. At least it is to me. Who here has ever celebrated Purim? Celebrated Purim. Fabulous. You've celebrated Purim. There is something really special that we do on Purim, where we bring gifts to people, right? Where we bring gifts to people. And there's matanot levyonim. One of the things is like presents to the poor, right? Is a mitzvah, is a commandment. Now check this out. Everybody is commanded to bring a present to the poor. So what does that mean? Even the poor need to be present, bring presents to somebody, meaning there's always somebody who may have less than you or who is not doing as well as you, right? There's always somebody who is not doing as well as you, even though, we sit with ourselves and we can feel for ourselves, but we also have to understand that there are others who may need a little bit more help, a little bit more contact than we do. Now check it out. Where is this leper? Where is this person? Here, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to stop sharing the screen just so I could see everybody, but I'll talk about it again in a second. But okay, where is this leper? if you have an answer, I'm going to ask you raise your hand and you can unmute yourself and answer. Where is this leper right now? Do you want me to show you again? I'll show you again. Here you go. Where's the leper? Take a guess. All right, now we know. I see some heads nodding. All right. If you think you know, you can either raise your hand or just unmute yourself. Where is this leper right now? Go ahead, Merle.
Outside the camp.
Outside the camp. Okay. Outside the camp. Now, how does the priest know what's going on with the leper? Go ahead, Donna.
An essential worker is helping the leper.
How do you know that?
I just know that somebody is taking care of the people who are afflicted.
Okay, but how does the priest know? We can assume that the leper is being taken care of, but how do we know what's going on with the priest? How do we know what's going on with the priest or with the leper? How do we know what's going on? How does the priest know what's going on with the leper? It says it in the passive, but it'll be interesting. You want me to share with you again? I'll share with you again. Here we go. Check it out. Boom. Okay.
It's reported to him.
When it's reported to the priest. Yes. When it's reported to the priest. Right? And that made me think of something that happened to me this week, right? When it's reported to the priest. Yes, essential worker, but you know what, Donna? I think that we're all really essential workers. And here's what I mean by that, right? One of the wonderful things that we are doing as a congregation, Sukasa joined on here. Hey, Sukasa, what's going on? One of the really special things that I think that we're doing as a congregation right now is calling our members and checking in with them, being like, hey, how are you? What's going on? But guess what? It's not just the quote unquote professional staff that are doing the calls, but we have so many fabulous volunteers who are saying, you know what? I'm going to also reach out. Everybody's got their own stuff right now, right? Everybody's got their own stuff right now. Everybody's dealing with that. But we also have to understand that there are other people who may be dealing with more things than we are. So we can sit with that we have our own stuff, but we also have this opportunity to let the professionals know, to let people know in our community what's going on with everybody else. Like, check this out. This was really special. We had one congregant this person was making their calls. And it turned out that one of our congregants was not doing so well. And the congregant who was making the calls made sure that this person got on the text and the emails and the phone calls being like, hey, quote unquote priests, meaning professional staff, Wilshire Boulevard Temple. One of our people needs help, right? Because, how many people were out there in the wilderness with them? There were hundreds of thousands, maybe a million people. The leaders can't know what's going on with everybody, but it's up to all of us to report it to each other, right? So then we can then help out those who are in need, right? So let's take out the word poor, like the matanot le'evyonim, and put in, just all of us who are afflicted in some way, right? The responsibility that we have to be able to reach out and take care of those in our community. Let me ask you this question. Here's the question for thought and to share. It's a two-pronged question. Either, what have you done so far during this time of shelter in place to help someone else? Or what is something that you think you can do now moving forward from today, even just right after our service? What is something you can do to help somebody else who may be in need of a little contact or a little something? So I'm going to ask you then, I want you to think about it, and I want us to share anything, either things that we've already done, things that we're doing, or things that we can do. So I'll give you a second to think about it. And when you're ready to share something, Raise your hand. Merle, fabulous. How did I guess? Why am I not surprised? What you got, honey?
Just calling people that, don't have it as good as we might have it. Yeah. And calling them and making sure they're okay and offering to go to the grocery store. I mean, in one way or another, where a friend called us the other day and asked Arnie, who goes to the grocery store every morning, to look for something for her that she can't find near her. So I think we're doing it back and forth in whatever way we can.
Beautiful. Thank you, Merle. Joel, is that a hand or are you just covering your screen? I'm going to unmute you. Go ahead, Joel.
David, it's really good. Also, you could you could communicate through text or email to people because not everybody picks up their phone. Right. And I've sent a text or email to people, and I get a response by phone. So that's very helpful.
Beautiful. Thank you, Joel. Who else got something? Something that you've done, something that you're doing, or something that you think you can do? For those of you who I don't see your screen, I'm going to just invite you to unmute yourself. We'll see if we can do that. Oh, Rabbi Leader, did you just unmute yourself? No, he didn't. Okay. So I know we've been collecting oranges and lemons from some friends and bringing them over to some other people, not lemons, grapefruits, oranges and grapefruits from some friends who have these trees, and bringing them over to some of our neighbors who we know that are alone. Citrus always makes things feel good and feel happy. These calls that we've been doing, this is interesting. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later, about changes that we've all been experiencing. It's like, why haven't we done this before? There's no reason why we couldn't have done this before and just take the time to reach out to people. But this experience, right, this forced innovation, it has helped us to think in a new way. And I know, Donna, you've said this a lot, is like, let's make sure that we don't forget about these new ideas and new possibilities and new ways of reaching out to people. Right? So I want us to think about that. What are some ways that you can either continue reaching out to people or new ways to reach out? Because there's always going to be someone who's in a little bit different place than we are and who may need us at this time. So now let's do the blessing after, and then we'll continue to the next.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam natan betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Well, I guess now we're going to do the blessing before again.
Somebody else could do it that's on.
Uh-oh. That she's putting on the spot right there.
If anybody wants to.
Oh, Jody, was that a volunteer?
I was agreeing that you were putting her on.
Oh, agreeing. I thought you were like, yeah, I'll do it.
I think I could do it.
All right, let's do it. Go ahead.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Baruch et Adonai hamborach.
Ooh, Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamborach leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hold up. I'm going to pull up the next piece that we're going to be reading. Here we go.
V'amed v'chibeis hamitaher et begadav v'gilach et kol se'aro v'rachad b'mayim v'taher ואחר יבוא אל המחנה וישב מחוץ לאכולו 7 ימים והיה ביום השביעי יגלח את כל שערו את ראשו ואת זקנו ואת גבות עיניו ואת כל שערו יגלח וכיבס את בגדיו ורחץ את בשרו במים וטהר.
Ooh, beautiful. All right, here we go. The one to be cleansed shall wash his clothes, shave off all of his hair, and bathe in water. Then he shall be clean. After that, he may enter the camp, but he must remain outside his tent 7 days. On the 7th day, he shall shave off all his hair of head, beard, and eyebrows. When he has shaved off all his hair, he shall wash his clothes and bathe his body in water. Then he shall be clean. Okay, what's going on right here? I'm going to keep this up. What is going on right here? Wait, actually, you know what? I am going to close it so I can see everybody. What's going on right here? So just kind of give us a little summary of what's going on right here. Somebody want to share? Go ahead, Donna.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now?
How about that? Now I can hear you.
I'm back. Yeah. So this person has been determined to have been, cured of the affliction.
Okay.
And he's coming back into society,
right.
But he can't come all the way back. He has to stay outside of his individual tent.
Right.
And he has to go through this process of waiting a little bit more. So now we've got a total of 7 days, but 7 days in plus whatever he had to spend outside the camp. And then he has to remove all his hair in case, I guess, lice are happening there.
Who knows?
And then wash all his clothes and bathe himself, basically, just disinfect, decontaminate, whatever it is. And then he's allowed fully back into society.
So it's fascinating. It's like, initially it says, okay, this person is now clean. And then they have to do all these things as a way of showing everybody, right, that they are now clean or pure. It is a physical transformation, right? But it's something for everybody to see their change, right? So this affliction did for sure do something to them. And they went through their own process of sickness and need of healing and whatever change and transition they went into. So when they came out of this changing of the body and the washing of the clothes, shows that they are different. Right? They are different than they were prior. Right? This experience has changed them. And I think that's really true for all of us. Right? That this experience is really changing us. Of course, without denying the pain and the suffering and the challenges that are going on in our society right now, in our world right now, right? Instead of asking why, understanding, yes, this is our reality, and what are we going to do with it? I keep hearing from people, they're like, I can't wait till it goes back to normal or back the way it was. You know what? I don't want it to go back to the way it was, or back to quote unquote normal. And here's what I mean by that. At least for me, I feel like I am changed. I don't want to be so closed off to my neighbors, right? I know for many of us, we've shared this experience that, just walking around our neighborhood, we're meeting people who we didn't even know, and they live right by us, right? I shared this a few weeks ago. There's a family that lives, I'm looking at their front door right now from my window. And they've lived there for 5 years. I've seen 2 children be born, and I've never really talked to them. And it turns out, right, we have a bunch of friends in common. This person works for the BJE. She works at the BJE. She has 2 really beautiful children. She's friends with a really good friend of mine. And it was like, how is it that I haven't talked to them really or met them? in just a little brief experience that I had. Now these kids, after all of this, they want to come over to my house for Shabbat and make hot dogs. I don't know where that came from, but they say, we want to make hot dogs with you. Okay, we make hot dogs. That's fine. But I hope I don't lose that. I hope I don't lose that openness to meeting new people around me and being willing to do that. I hope that we don't lose our drive to be creative, right? To lose these opportunities, right? Like, this was really cool. I was talking with some second graders yesterday, and we were talking about their Seder, and they were all saying, you know, we had people at our Seder from New York, we from Boston, we had people from Finland, we had people from Israel. And a kid said, he's like, this, you know, we wouldn't have been able to have Seder with them if it was just the way it was. And I liked having Seder with my Savta in Israel. And I didn't get to do that before, but I like that. I said, why can't we do that? Why can't Savta come and be on the computer? Right? And that's just a little thing, right? It's like, let's not fall back into old ways. Let's not fall back into old ways of not necessarily helping out those in our neighborhood, those in our city, those in our lives who may need our help, right? For it just to be about us. So I want to ask this question for a little discussion. How have you changed during this time at home? And what's something positive that you're hoping to continue when we are able to go back to, at least physically, the way things were? Well, we got Merle, go ahead. What you got?
Not being in a hurry to go places. Or
wow.
I mean, even in my
That's
normal,
beautiful.
even in my normal routine, a while back, I learned that I don't have to hurry. But now it's sort of like, not only do I not have to hurry, but do I really have to do that? Or
priorities.
Or whatever.
Beautiful. A little bit of breath, not running like we all do, right? Go ahead, Jody, unmute yourself.
We've started every Friday night, all of our family, our kids in college, my in-laws, my parents, my brother, we light candles, and we do, you know, candles, kiddush, and challah together on Friday nights.
Beautiful.
Saturday nights at 7 o'clock, we all gather and we do Havdalah on Zoom together. And we've never been, like, we've always experimented with Havdalah, but we've never been like a weekly Havdalah, you know, gather together on, and certainly not on Zoom. And we're all loving this so much that we've said we're gonna continue to do Friday night and Saturday night. It's, you know, 5 minutes each time.
Right.
And I mean, we're loving this so much that my parents have started driving to our house, standing at the edge of our driveway. We're 6 feet away, and my in-laws Zoom in so that they can even be at Havdalah in person.
Wow.
So this has become like such a beautiful touch point. And even my kid in college has been Zooming in on one or the other. And it's been beautiful. I'm really hoping we'll continue with it.
Well, I think you will. You'll make that choice. You'll make that happen. Anyone else? Things that you're doing that you're hoping to continue. I talk to my parents every day, and my Uncle Freddie every day. And we talk to my in-laws every day now. Like, the kids, they know at this time, all right, we're FaceTiming with Nana Pops, we're FaceTiming Tata Baba, we're FaceTiming Uncle Freddie, right? And there's no reason why I couldn't have done that before. It always just, but now we're kind of more sensitive to it, and I don't want to lose that. Anyone else want to share something that you're hoping to continue doing?
I zoomed into one of the Mommy and Me classes, and one of the moms, who's a very successful businesswoman, she had a shirt and it said family, and then it was a line above everything. And she said that that was her new motto of quarantine, that she'd gotten so caught up in work. And I think it's so easy for all of us to take our families for granted, that this has really reinforced the idea that the sacred space of the home, that she has reclaimed her home as her sacred space, which
That's
she
beautiful.
hadn't before. And I feel like I've kind of started to do that as well, because we're so busy in the everyday.
Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Esther, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hi, everyone. One of the really wonderful blessings that I'm enjoying right now during this time is really the ability to have the time to learn with our clergy. And that's something that, I went to HUC, and this is something that feeds me personally and my soul. And I'm just so excited to have that time now to be able to do that each week, and how that informs how I do the rest of my work and how I enjoy the time with my family. So that's something that I definitely have loved and am enjoying very much and getting a lot out of, and hope to be able to continue.
Beautiful. Thank you, Esther. Donna, you just unmuted yourself. Are you going to share something?
Well, I was actually unmuted and then unmuted and unmuted.
Oh.
Piggybacking on Esther, these Zoom services are amazing for me because Saturday mornings generally aren't really accessible, even though I work at the synagogue, and just being able to have this experience. And on Friday nights, it's always, like, do I go to services or Shabbat dinner? And it's really great to be able to have both, and just to feel so much a part of these things I really enjoy, and learning and seeing other congregants. And it's really a blessing. And the second thing is that my college friends, who have always been in touch, and we schedule a trip every year to see each other, we're now, Zooming together every week or so.
Yeah,
and we're like,
totally.
Why didn't we do this before?
Totally.
But the reality is we're not at home. Like, we know where everybody is, and it's not that hard to find a time when you're all at home. The question is, when we all get back into our busy lives, will we be able to set aside the time, or will that be left on the COVID cutting room floor, as I say? We'll see.
Yeah. Go ahead, Merle.
Not living in LA, but being a member of Wilshire Boulevard Temple, it's given me an opportunity to participate in things that ordinarily I can't, by having Zoom and Facebook or whatever. And the same thing with camp. I mean, we're active in camp, and the girls miss camp and we miss camp. So this has given us an opportunity with all the camp stuff that's been done too, that we feel like we're there, that, we get to be a part of it all.
Yeah, like last night, we had a few hundred people dancing.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was all these people. David Dassa was leading the dancing, and we had some other people. We had actually one of our dance instructors who lives in New York right now. She was leading some dancing, and you just saw hundreds of people doing the dancing. And the amount of messages and texts I got after was like, why don't we could do this once a month during the summer, get people together. Absolutely. It was so
But
beautiful.
also the second night Seder that you did, the girls, I mean, we had Passover, 7 of us. We had Passover in our garage and social distancing. But when the girls, checked into the Seder that you did, they were so totally involved in it that they didn't want it to end. That's the kind of stuff that's making this more palatable.
Beautiful. Thank you, Merle. Well, so my hope for all of us and blessing is that maybe later today, tomorrow, write down one thing, right? Write down one thing and put it somewhere where you'll see it. To think about, well, what is one thing that I'm going to want to continue? Like Donna, you're going to write down, I'm going to make the time to stay in touch with my college friends, right? Write down one thing that we're going to do to make sure that we don't leave it on the COVID cutting room floor, like you say, but know that we are changed people from this experience, and let that be a change for the good. And with that, why don't we say a little blessing after the reading?
You're up, Jody.
Oh, Jody's again. Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Ah, beautiful, everyone. So now I would like for us to take the opportunity to think about those in our lives and in our community who are in need of healing, whether that's physical healing, mental healing, or spiritual healing. We have a few names to share from our congregation, and if you have any names, after I share these names, we'll go around and please share any names that you have of people that you're thinking of today. We hold in our hearts Mike Gerson, Dylan Harper, Bert Lane, Robbie Shecht, Jerry McIntyre, Bob Gottsman, Tony Lauder, Dave Goddero, Michael Herbert. If you are sharing, if you are thinking of anyone, I invite you to raise your hand or just unmute yourself and share that name.
Carol Geller.
Thank you, Esther. So we add to these names all of those who are in need of healing as we continue with a Misha Berach prayer for healing. If you have a book, we are in the middle of page 253. Otherwise, that's okay.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekol HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekol HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. You could say Shabbat Shalom. It's okay.
Shabbat Shalom.
There you go. Good. I am just, I'm so thankful that all of you joined today. This is really special to be able to see you and talk with you. Before we continue, just a few brief announcements. I just want to make sure that everyone out there is receiving our daily emails with all the wonderful things happening, Wilshire Boulevard Temple. And you could also go onto our website for a full calendar of everything. I mean, we have stuff from people from 2 years old to 92 years old and everything in between, right? For the children, for the kid at heart, for adults, for everybody. And if you're not getting that information, please email us. Please send us an email so we can make sure we fix that right away. And again, for a complete calendar, just go to the website, www.wbtla.org. Is it a front slash or a backslash? Which one is this?
This way.
I know it's this way slash, but what is that called?
Called a front slash.
Front slash.
Oh, the flash.
WBT at home. So other than that, I think we are good. Let's continue with Aleinu. We're again, if you have a prayer book, we're on page 282 in the middle of the page.
Oh, Lisa, I did it. I know. Oh, I've been waiting for one of those moments. I have to give up my millennial crown now.
I love it.
Like it's gone.
That's beautiful. Welcome.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Thank you, Lisa. We now take the time to think about those in our lives and our community who have died during this past Shloshim, this past 30 days. Les Bateman, Sue Dorff, Sylvia Fox, Paul Goldberg, Fred Goldman, Martin Grover, Ethel Caney, Lawrence Larry Cardiganer, Robert Klein, William Sandy Lockheim, John Ressler, Betty Rosenberg, Jeffrey Sanderson, Shirley Schwartz, James Stern, Andrew Wolf, Ron Ziff. If anyone here is thinking of somebody who has died in the last 30 days, I invite you to share that name with us now. I invite you to unmute yourself and you can share that name if you are thinking of someone. The following names are those in our community who the Yortzeit, the memorial of their death, fell during this past week. Ruth Alexander, Leslie Bell, Zach Bell, Craig Burkus, Reva Burke, Lynn Bernstein, Edward Blackman, Jean Bosley, Anne Cezanne, Louise Citron, Solomon Cohn, Sylvia Dubbick, Eugene Dubbick, Jane Eisen, Arnie Engman, Anne Finkel, David Fisher, Ida Frankel, Frederica Freund, Janice Gary, Rachel Gertz, Sydney Gertz, Hyman Glasberg, Diane Glazer, Stephen Golan, Florence Goldman, Judith Greenwald, Catherine Handel, Richard Yeager, Rose Caden, Sanford Kaplan, Irving Kay, Louis Klein, Larry Fritt, Larry Critt, Raymond Kurtzman, Eleanor Kurtner, Rose Medoff, Sydney Medoff, Shirley Mintner, Julius Michel, Renee Motley, Sylvia Naiman, Helen Orland, Abby Perlman, Francine Flug, Marcia Flug, Marshall Redman, Eli Reams, Celia Rochester, Philip Rockman, Nathan Rosenblatt, Erwin Rothman, Mildred Sachs, Inga Seabaum, Don Senek, Benjamin Chappelle, Gloria Silber, Raymond Slotkin, Carly Stein, Myrtle Sugarman, Joan Stern Schwarzenbaum, Jean Tabak Bank, Theodore Urban, Arnold Walder, Terry Walder, Alma Walker, Sheila Wallach, Julia Warren, Marvin Worth, Hannah Zahler, Edward Zimmer, Miriam Zink, Bernard Zweben. Fabulous. If you are thinking of anyone else today, I invite you to please share those names now. And also, if you would like, you can write the names in the chat and I will read those out loud as well. And also, if I've mispronounced a name that you know of, please share that name either out loud or you can, again, write it in the chat or in your hearts.
Jacques Bellotier.
Thank you very much. We add to those names all those who have died defending the United States of America. We add to those names all those who have died defending the state of Israel. We add to those names all of those who have died of COVID-19 all around the world. We add to those names those who have died in senseless terror around the world. And we add to those names all those who have no one to say the mourner's Kaddish, the mourner's prayer for them. And with that, we share the mourner's prayer. We're on page 294, again, if you have a book. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, be'oma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam umei al maya. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה על שמי דקודשה בריחו, לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעולמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
Beautiful. Cantor, Peicott. Lisa, thank you so much for leading us today. Oh, we've got the for Kiddush. And this is just so fabulous. I'm just so thankful that we're able to do this together this morning. Go ahead, Lisa.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
L'chaim. Oh my goodness. I don't have my challah. Do you have a challah right there with you? That's fantastic.
I don't have one with me, but I will have breakfast.
Oh,
after
yes,
this.
Jody.
So it's
Jody's
perfect.
coming through. I love it. I ate all my challah last night. The one I was supposed to save, I ate it. Here we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. B'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom,
Nichnasnu
everyone.
b'shalom, nilech b'shalom. As we have entered in peace, let us go in peace, and let us all say, Amen. Beautiful.
Bye, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
All
Have a great day,
right.
everyone.
Wonderful
Shabbat
day.
shalom.
Shabbat